Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to 10 reasons the USA is better than Europe. I just reacted to 10 reasons Europe is better than America, and I saw this was mentioned, and now I'm reacting to it basically swapped around, and I'm looking at the likes to dislikes, and god damn, 10k dislikes on a video that's on 99,000 views is brutal. I can tell the Europeans aren't very happy with this. And it's also hard to sort of, I guess, to do these videos because Europe is so strange, because Europe obviously it's the smallest continent. Oceania is probably the smallest, and then Europe in terms of land area. But in terms of like cultural differences, it's crazy. Like you'll go from France to Spain, literally bordering each other, and it's a completely different culture. And then obviously England is completely different to France. The Netherlands is completely different to France, and they're all so close. And then you got like Eastern Europe, which is also different as well. Like it's just such small areas, like land areas, but it's such different cultures. It's all like always quite hard to do these comparisons, because although like different states are different, like it is kind of like you're in different countries, there's still some kind of similarities where it's like, okay, you can tell this is the same country and all that stuff. But yeah, obviously Europe is different countries, which is the difference. But it's weird because it's, in terms of land area and stuff, it's not that much difference, but it is so diverse. And yeah, but we're gonna check this out. I'll give it a like anyway. I mean, I'm not really offended by this stuff, I just find it interesting. But we're going to check this out. Hopefully going to enjoy. Links are in the description to my Patreon.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back.
Why does it always start when I just open the tab up? Like I put it on full screen. Links are in the description to my Patreon if you want to see some reactions to stuff that I can't post to YouTube, like movies, music reactions, TV series reactions, first time reactions to things, YouTube reactions that I can't post. All links are in the description. But yeah, we'll jump into this and see what people got offended about today. And I guess I'll give my opinion because that's kind of the point of a reaction video. But yeah, let's jump into this.
Back to World According to Briggs, and a video about why the United States is so much better than Europe. This video came about,
I guess the way he sort of phrases stuff, it will piss people off. He does have that sort of energy where I can see why it would just annoy people and trigger people, you know. He just sort of says stuff and he just doesn't care.
after getting emails from Europeans for
But I'm used to it.
close to 3 years now telling me why the US sucks and Europe is so much better. I get these all the time. They often bring up some good, valid points, but they also like to hint at things like we're all just rude, arrogant, and dumb. That can be true about Americans, but that can be true about anyone. It's not like Americans have cornered the market on being rude. These people always act like they have it so much better in Europe, and the only thing the US has ever done was start wars. Honestly, that's like the general theme. That's what they always seem to go to, is we start wars.
I mean, I don't think Europeans can say anything. Have we seen our history? I mean, we've done a lot of stuff. We've been the reasons for 2 of the biggest wars in history.
But US does have some bad things, and the US has some great things, just like Europe. Every country, every town, every village, and every neighborhood has its good and its bad. If you don't understand that, you're kinda dumb. So let's take a look in no particular order at some things that make the US a far better option than Europe. Number 10, World Wars. We don't have them. We never have. We hopefully never will. We just don't have world wars here in the United States. We've had a civil war and we've had some other things. And before you do, stop typing. Yes, Pearl Harbor was part of World War II and it was on American soil, but that was just an attack that took a couple hours. The Japanese also did take hold of some rock outcropping we had in the Bering Sea near Alaska. They stayed there for a couple months. We didn't even try and chase them out. But when it comes to world wars, no real combat on American soil other than those. We've joined other wars. Matter of fact, we joined 2 world wars in Europe to help Europe.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
true.
Europeans remember, but there was this German guy with a funny little mustache, and he had plans for all of Europe and pretty much the entire world. If it wasn't for the United States, there's a good chance his dream would have come true. Over 100,000 US servicemen lost their lives in combat during World War II. In World War I, it was about 116,000. So we may have started some wars in our history, but we sure have helped out Europe with a couple of theirs. And from the looks of it, might be a third one on the way.
It is weird how there's this kind of divide on the internet, sort of just on the internet in general, about this sort of comparison stuff. But then when it comes to actually like fighting together, they are like as connected as it can be. It's so weird. It is weird because like the countries are all like Europe and the US are, I feel like, allies to the most part. Obviously, you got a few exceptions like Russia and stuff, but Yeah, it's just weird how there's this much sort of anger towards things. I mean, again, I've not seen the video yet, so maybe there's things I can see where people be triggered. We're going to see now.
Number 9, amusement parks. That World War II thing, World War I, was kind of depressing, so let's look at amusement parks. We excel at amusement parks. Europe has some wonderful things to do, don't get me wrong, but we set the bar for amusement parks. The Six Flags amusement parks are
I'm not really a fan of amusement parks, to be honest. That sounds really dull. I just don't like rides. I mean, if it's different things, if it's not just like roller coasters and stuff, I will probably enjoy it. But I'm not a scary sort of ride sort of person, man. I hate it. I hate them.
water parks, Disneyland, Disney World, Cedar Point, Hershey Park, Busch Gardens, Universal, King's Dominion, Kings Island, and one of my personal favorites growing up was Knott's Berry Farm. It's
What the hell? What's this? See, I've never gone to like a Legoland and stuff, but I always thought as a kid it'd be so cool to go to them because it's just like you're in this Lego world, but I've not even gone to one of those. Pretty boring, my childhood, to be honest.
not the biggest and it's
What
not
is
one of
this?
the best, but it's just got a place in my heart. So it gets a mention. Euro Disney's nice, Euro Park, Port Adventura, Future Scope. Those are all nice, but it's nothing compared to what we got going on here in the United States. Okay, Legoland started in Europe and that's pretty cool. We got some here in the United States, but we still blow everyone out of the water when it comes to amusement parks. Number 8, the U.S. economy. If you don't know, the U.S. economy is huge. It's by far the biggest economy in the world. The United States annual GDP is about $21 trillion. In a distant second, you have China with an annual GDP of $14.72 trillion. After that, you got Japan with $5.06 trillion GDP. At number 4, you get your first European country, and it's Germany. They only have a $3.85 trillion annual GDP. Then the United Kingdom is $2.76, and then after that, you got India, and then finally France, $2.63, Italy, 1.89. And if you look outside of countries, the state of California would come in 5th place with 3.4 trillion. So my question to the Europeans are, if we suck that bad, why do we make so much money? And
I can see why this is pissing people
feel
off.
free to leave comments about how we're corrupt and we take advantage of other countries like your countries don't also. Number 7, our technology. The United States has invented most of the really cool stuff. Sure, Europe has come up with the guillotine and the Iron Maiden, but the United States has come up
Oh,
with
what?
things like the personal computer in 1971, the weed whacker in 1971. 1972, we came up with the video game console. 72 also gave us the MRI. 73 gave us the cell phone. This is all before 1980. In 1978, we invented microwave popcorn. 1986, we gave you the 3D printer. 1996, we gave you Google.
Wait, the 3D printer was made that long ago. What?
2005, we gave you YouTube. I should say 2004, we gave you Facebook also, but that's kind of working against us these days, it seems like. Along with in 2006, Twitter showed up. We also gave you the COVID-19 vaccine. I know some of you don't think that was a good thing, but a lot of people do. If you want to go way back, 1938, we invented the chocolate chip cookie. Take that, Europe, you and your croissant. Number 6, gas prices. Your gas prices suck, Europe, face it. I know you go by liters, and we're going to break it down for gallons, which we use here in the United States, and dollars, okay? I found a nice little chart that breaks it down as of May 1st, 2022. The highest gas prices in the world right now is Hong Kong, and it is $10.87 on average per gallon of gas. Norway, it's 9.13 for a gallon of gas. Monaco, it's $9 a gallon of gas. Iceland, $8.75. Denmark, $8.69. Finland, $8.64. Greece, $8.38. Netherlands, $8.33. Germany, $7.91. United Kingdom, $7.70. The list goes on. Sweden,
Not cheap. I mean, the cost of living is ridiculous right now.
$7.69. Liechtenstein, $7.66. Estonia, $7.55. Switzerland, $7.47. This list goes on. You know where the United States is? 84th in the world with $4.58 on average countrywide. Now, this is the
Shabby.
point where a bunch of people here in the United States are going to leave some political comment or how they just paid $5.10 in Los Angeles or something. This is the national average. Good thing you people in Europe like to ride bikes everywhere. Number 5, fast food. Now, this is a strange one.
But he's put this as a better thing. I mean, it probably is better, but it's probably not as good for you either.
I know, because
God, this looks good. I'm so hungry right now. I might have to get a Burger King or something because I'm starving. I was gonna go to the gym today, but I feel my throat hurts and stuff, and it's just like, you know what? If I just I'm trying to put on a bit of weight anyway to get to like 80 kg, and this wouldn't go amiss. I've got some like ragu that I've saved. I'll have some of that, and I'll have some burger like an hour later. I'm so hungry. This looks so good.
Fast food isn't really something you should be proud of, but I will tell you right now, every single European I know, that's one of the first things they say is our fast food is amazing. The variety and the flavor is awesome. You have great food in Europe. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that. You have a lot of really classic cuisine. You know, I mean, the Italian stuff you got going on in Italy, France, amazing. I could really do without German food, but still, you know. But Americans,
what about British food? Who doesn't like a bit of beans on toast, you know? Come on, show us some respect.
that go over there, they bring that up all the time, and Europeans that come over here talk about how amazing our fast food is. Again, it's unhealthy. It's probably why we're one of the largest countries in the world as far as chubby people go, but still, it tastes great. We have a wide variety. It's something that's kind of awesome. Number 4, modern music. Jazz, blues, rock and roll, rap, hip hop. As far as modern music goes, it all started here, and anything that was done in Europe was basically a new version of something.
Show some respect to the UK for music. We've got some decent music here, or we have some iconic bands here. Come on.
That came from the United States. Prove me wrong. Now, if you go way back in music, Mozart, Wagner,
Not that far back.
Chopin, Bach, those are...
That's the thing that goes in phases. Like music from when it originated, it's gone through phases. It was like cultural to a certain area, then it moved and it sort of turned into these different things.
They're all great, but what have they done for us lately? I mean, they haven't done much for us lately because they all died like in the early 1900s or late 1800s or even earlier than that. They haven't done much for us lately. But modern music is where the United States shines. What is considered to be the first rock and roll song ever was done by Ike Turner and Jackie Preston. They wrote a song called Rocket 88, and that is considered to be the first rock and roll song ever. If it wasn't for that, and then Elvis taking that type of music, and Buddy Holly and people like that, we wouldn't have had the Beatles or the Rolling Stones or some version of that. Again, don't get me wrong, there has been some amazing modern music that's come out of Europe, but yeah, we started it. Number 3, the landscapes. Now this one's going to be up for an opinion because Europe does have the Alps, amazing rivers like the Rhine, Lake Como, and other amazing lakes, the Azores, Tuscany, the Greek Isles. Those are all great.
To be fair, this guy knows more than me. I mean, it is diverse. I guess for the US, its advantage is it's all in one country. Like before, when we didn't have Brexit in the UK, for example, you could travel to these places with such ease. You could go to these places, and I don't know. I know that's how it was, but I didn't have a passport at this point. But now I'm at the age where I can travel. You could do all these things so easily. It's like you all got the same passport in a sense. Like you travel to these places that are so different to where I'm from. The UK is just boring. There's no real tropical or like cool real. Like, there's obviously nice places here, but it's just not that. For like a vacation, you can go to Croatia, you can go to Greece and do all these fancy things, but it's so much harder now. And obviously in the US, you don't even need a passport. I'm pretty sure that's how it was here before. You obviously needed a passport, but it was so much easier just to do general travel through countries that are part of the EU.
But it doesn't compare to the sheer volume that we have here in the United States with places like Yosemite, Arches, the Great Smoky Mountains, the Rocky Mountains, the Great Lakes, the Everglades, Death Valley, the giant sequoias, the Redwoods, Yellowstone National Park, the Badlands, the Grand Canyon, the entire...
To be fair, I'd like to travel to both, but there are definitely more iconic ones that have been mentioned for the US, that's without a doubt.
State of Oregon outside of Portland. That list can go on about amazing landscapes to see here in the United States. Europe does have some good ones, but just in sheer volume and numbers and things to see, we're a bigger country and we have amazing landscapes. So we get the win, in my opinion, on that one. Now, to be fair, if we start looking at amazing buildings, ancient buildings and stuff, Europeans got us killed there. But, you know, I mean, the Colosseum, Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, so many other ones. We have nothing that compares to that but our land and our natural beauty.
That's the fun thing about traveling though. I mean, you go to Dubai, it's all this modern stuff. It's just crazy. You go to like different parts of the world, you experience different things. Like Europe, certain parts of Europe, the buildings are there's so much history. Like I went to Vienna a few months ago. It was crazy. The buildings are just, it's like you're in the 1900s. Like it's just like there's so much history to those buildings and stuff, and it's just like, yeah. But you go to New York, it's these massive buildings. And you're like, what the hell is going on here? Again, Dubai, it's all this crazy advanced stuff. London, it's like a mixture of all the things. It's just, yeah, wherever you go, it's different cool things. You know, that's just the fun of traveling and going to different places. You don't want it all to be the same, do you? You want it to all be, you want to go to places that are different.
Is my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, so much better. Taxes. Everyone in the United States.
Okay, if this is a positive for the US, then I am jealous.
So he seems to think they have the highest taxes. Not even close. The United States is ranked 44th. If you take what the United Nations considers a country and you rank them by how much they tax their citizens, this is how they're ranked. The Ivory Coast, for some reason, they're just taxing the hell out of everyone. But it's followed by Finland, Japan, Austria, Denmark, Sweden, Belgium, Israel, Slovenia, Netherlands, Portugal, Ireland, Spain, Iceland, China gets in there, Germany, United Kingdom, France, South Africa, South Korea, Australia. Then we go back to Luxembourg, Greece, Italy, Turkey, which is not really in Europe, but you get the idea. And then after that, it goes down a while and you start seeing things like Switzerland, Monaco, Norway. And finally, way down there at number 44, you get to the United States.
Switzerland is Monaco's tax-free. But Switzerland is below. I thought Switzerland would be really high. Switzerland's really expensive to live in, isn't it?
Here in the United States, we complain about our taxes an awful lot, especially how they're slanted towards the rich. Really don't pay that much taxes, and if you're middle class or below, you're getting gouged. That's how we see it. But if you rank them on a global scale, the United States isn't doing that bad. But that top 20 is filled.
It just goes to show that that's just how it is around the world. They want the rich to keep the money so they can do whatever with it, whilst the poor just keep scraping by.
With a lot of European countries. All right, before we get to number link down. Yes, I'm sure a lot of you were a little shocked, but
my girlfriend would like this. I don't care about shopping, to be honest. My girlfriend is obsessed with shopping. I could not give it less of a damn about shopping.
Shopping is one of the biggest complaints Americans that move to Europe have about Europe, and Europeans that come to the United States, they love how easy it is to shop.
To be fair, though, you go to certain places like Milan, you're getting everything, or London, like, yes, you're getting everything. But I guess it's places like where I'm from now, you're not going to have all stores. You're going to have stores for things you need and all the stuff you need. Like, I live in a relatively large, medium-sized city, so you're going to get everything you need, and you've got shops for specific things, but you're not going to get these specific things like the Gucci 9000 or whatever. I don't know what to say, but all these specific things, like, you're not going to get that, but you just go online.
It's not just ease or whatever. It's convenience and actually customer service.
Okay, maybe not more fancy shopping than just general shopping. Maybe Milan's not really a shout.
Customer service really doesn't seem to be much of a thing in Europe, according to most people that have moved over there or visited. What we would consider rude here in the United States really is kind of normal in Europe when it comes to someone working at a retail place or a grocery store, something like that.
See, I don't really like customer service. If I go to a shop, I don't like the idea of them walking around me, helping me with stuff. I'll go up to you if I need help. It's a bit weird. Like, there's a certain shoe shop that I went to recently with my girlfriend, and whenever I go there, there's always people at the front, and they're always nice, and they're like, "Hello." They're always waiting at the front, and then they're like, "Do you need help?" And you're like, "Nah, it's fine. We'll just look around, and if we need help, we'll come to you for ask for some help." And they'll still just follow you around, and I'm like, I know you're trying to help, you're trying to get some sales, and I respect it, but just let me shop in peace.
They don't really see it as rude. It's just very transactional to them and matter of fact. All right, that's today's video. Oh,
well, there we go. Got a lot of dislikes.
Get down by country. Well, is that fair? Look how big the United States is compared to, let's say, Germany or Switzerland or Austria. That's not fair. Each one of the countries are a little bit different, but all these kind of fit with what's going on there, according to various studies and surveys of people from Europe that have moved to the United States and Americans that have moved to Europe. So it's, other than the stats, it's pretty much based on people's opinions. Is it perfect science? No. Is it entertaining? Yes. Besides giving you some information, that's one of the main things we want to do here is entertain you. That's why I say the most entertaining part of this video will be reading the comment section and how these people from Europe will lose it in the...
They did lose it. The gas prices aren't an issue because in most cities you can easily get around without a car. I don't drive, so it's not even a problem for me. But I can assume that people that do drive, it is a problem, especially with all the ridiculousness. That's just from your perspective. People still need to drive in Europe, especially in England. Driving is still an essential thing. For certain jobs, you need to drive, so that's not really a good point. And I'm sure you could also make a list for 10 reasons that Europe is better. followed by a list of 10 ways Europe, and yeah, if there's one where they're similar, that would be interesting. I mean, he's done one of them. Maybe he's done the other one as well. But yeah, that's the reaction. Hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah, until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.